to open things up here. Hud's to been tagged, so's Critical, so's Aaron. And it's not the ideal start here for Infused. Best way for FM though, go aggressive, put some fear into your opponents.
Well, it was a really, really good idea from FM. They sent 3 people to rush ramp room, and as soon as they got to computer room or radio room or whatever you want to call it, they put a nade into lobby, which did so much damage to so many terrorists. And because there was 3 of them initially pushing, if there was any terrorists in computer room, they should have been able to overpower them. And Neilzinho now on the flank, he is not going to carry on going towards him. He's going to fall back because he knew he was spotted. This is great play from Neil, and FM just reorganizing now accordingly. Weber dropping into vents just in case Infused from ramp room go down towards the lower bomb site.
Yeah, and I actually really like this position from Nils here. He's boosted himself up so that he's only really susceptible to a player coming in from main or heaven. He had his eyes initially on heaven. He's got Cryptics here to cover main for him. He knows there's a second player in there, but Neilzinho will in fact get taken down by Hudz. Hudz now with a mere 10 seconds left. 10 seconds to get 3 kills, not going to happen. FM Esports win this pistol round.
It looked like at one point he just wanted to jump down and get it over and done with. Yeah. Suicidal, kamikaze. But here we go. On a map like Nuke, when you're on the T side, you're realistically aiming for 4 rounds, 4 or 5 rounds, and it helps you so much when you can get the first 3 thanks to your pistol. But we can never rule out these Tech 9s, even up against these SMGs and the 2 FAMASs that FM have.
Yeah, Neilzinho making quite a bit of noise towards ramp. That nade's going to go through. We'll do a little bit of damage. Did 15 in total there to Hudz and Critical. It's a pretty passive play so far for Infused. They're really waiting to burst out one of these 2 sites. They open up door, throw the smoke in. Critical's now going to burst out, gets taken down by Cryptics. That's the bomb. Cryptics gets his second. Windansky on the board as well. He gets 2. And it's just Zed left. He's outside. Going to get sprayed down. Weber and Cryptics did fall, however. Zed now in a very tricky spot. 13 HP. He's got a player to his left.
I love how Neil was crab walking at one point there. But 2-0 as expected, and now the full eco will come out from Team Infused. And they should be able to buy up come the 3rd round. So again, not really expecting much from them this round. It's unfortunate because they might have been able to go for the early 3rd round buy had they have planted on their pistol.
Yeah, but unfortunately they didn't, and they just ran out of time on that round. Hudz in a 1 versus 3 at the end, wasn't able to do much. Weber with the scout gets 1 to these non-armored targets. Red Snake tagged as well, down to 50 HP. As they're now going to try and chase Weber down here. P250 from range isn't that great, but when you get a headshot, of course it is. Windansky playing outside, or looking outside rather from main, able to get 1. Aaron refaced there for some reason, I'm not too sure why. As Zed's going to get wallbanged there through the sheet metal.
True Cryptics fashion. Now, Hudz in a 1v4. He's going to try and chase where he hears footsteps. But at that range, up against the FAMAS, there's only going to be 1 winner. Particularly when the person using the FAMAS is as skilled as Neilzinho.
Yep, up against that good old FAMAS.
FAMAS!
Yep.
As they say,
in the land of the free and the home of the brave.
God bless democracy.
It will come to you.
But 4 into lobby, 1 person outside. That 1 person hasn't thrown any smokes just yet. He's not really selling anything, and that leader is actually Red Snake. So it's not really uncommon nowadays in CSGO to sort of see the Lone Ranger who's sort of controlling the other side of the map actually be the in-game leader. It's a bit awkward because you normally expect the in-game leader to be amongst all the action, to be aware of what's going on, but when you have that kind of setup, it's crucial that you have good communication between everyone on the team. And Team Infused, obviously, some of these players have been together for quite a long time, and they feel comfortable from that perspective.
Yeah, as we see Aaron trying to get an angle here onto this A side. Gets the headshot onto Cryptix. That's nice and clean for him. Windansky now playing behind this silo here. Is going to face Aaron. Finds that frag. He's going to look for more, but gets taken down by Zed. We're into a 4 versus 3 now, where Infused try to get their first round on this harder T side of Nuke. And it looks like they might just do that. Bomb plant goes down as well for some extra cash. And now put the clock onto Socken. Flashbang going down into Vents. As we see Hudgy rotating around, could finally pick off Socken here.
Well, even if Socken does get a frag, I guarantee you Team Infused will be quick to try and find him, but nah. Not
the risk isn't worth the reward.
Nope. There's quite a lot of time ticking on that bomb, because of course the round wouldn't end until the bomb went off. So they probably will have farmed him, given their current positions. And there he is, in ramp room. Bomb has gone off, and he still survives. So Team Infused.
Are FM going to have to eco?
I don't think they have to, personally. Just go for, yeah, there we go. Go for FAMAS's. Oh my god, I'm saying FAMAS, like Americans now. FAMAS!
Good old FAMAS.
FAMAS. What next? The
Alongside
Galile.
The M4A4.
Yeah.
And of course the M4A1S.
The Glock 18. Socken playing Super Mario. Well, not really playing Super Mario, more like playing Foon in his bunny hopping prime outside. Zed spots him. Red Snake trying to see if he can catch a glimpse of Weber, but it's important now that fm-esports don't lose this next round, because if they do, then they will be ecoing and Team Infused will be at 3 rounds already. So it's important fm-esports continue to apply the pressure, especially knowing that this is a CT-sided map and how much cheaper it is for their opponents.
Windansky ready and waiting. It's Nilzinho though to get the first frag of this round onto critical. As the CTs apply so much pressure onto these terrorists. Windansky finds the frag and an AK if he wants to pick it up. It's going to be Nilzinho to grab his second of the round. Just Zed and Red Snake left now. Make that just Zed.
Yeah, it almost seems like Team Infused. The players just drop in at random different areas, one by one. Fair play to Zed for getting that frag, but I'm sorry, but when you're on a full buy, playing a map, even playing a map like Nuke on the T side, you just can't afford to only get one frag. For example, I think it was Hoods who just wandered through Squeaky into the A bomb site and got done by the guy who's hiding near CT vent. It's just almost like there was no proper round plan from Team Infused. But they've got a chance to redeem themselves. Aaron, the main weakling, because he has to suffer with just a Tech 9, but he does have armor and a helmet, so if he can kill a CT and maybe pick up the odd M4 here and there, it might all be okay, but they've got to be careful here. CT is sneaking up behind him.
Yeah, the fact they were able to just sneak down so swiftly, and they really should have got that first shot onto Weber. This now gives the CT, much more time to rotate. Cryptix lurking here on the A site. Does drop Aaron. And now that was starting to look so good for Team Infused. They got that one dink onto Weber. They may not be in the same situation they are in now. 3 versus 4 now. After Windansky goes for a strange peek that does pay with his life. But Hudgy and Zed tagged very heavily. And only flashbangs to really work with.
Yeah, unlike Windansky and what we've seen of him so far, maybe he's starting to get a little bit tired. And I guess that's the difference between Weber and Windansky. Weber, he's in a great position here to maybe even redeem what's left of this round all by himself, particularly if Team Infused had actually opted to go onto that B-bomb side. But no, Zed's going to take the bomb back towards outside, and it seems like Team Infused are going to climb up the vents and actually plant on this upper bomb site. This is actually perfect because both Weber and Neil are incredibly far apart now. Weber has to go through the vents, and if they get this frag onto Neil, then it'll be a 3 versus 1. But it's actually Neil who's put the T's very low on HP.
Wow.
But fortunately there, Red Snake getting the double.
Red Snake's actually really impressed me tonight, especially in this series. He's been fragging like mad, and it's not really the player on that Infused lineup, you expect to be hitting those shots, getting a ton of frags in there.
I guess it could be frustration over what's obviously happened with Team Infused recently. We won't go into too much detail about that.
There is an interview on ukcsgo.com.
There is,
people want to read it. It was explained quite a bit of the situation.
It's a shame, really, but, you know, he probably has quite a lot of frustration vented within him, and or built up within him, and he just wants to vent it out, and he's venting it out through the method of headshots. So, first casualty for FM-esports, and Hoss Neil only with a 5-7.
Yep, as we see Hudson just trying to spam through, get some picks off on someone on rafters, but won't connect with anyone just yet. Zed's going to push out here, drops Cryptics, and he's going to look up towards Heaven, but Socken is there. And suddenly, FM have the upper hand. It's just Red Snake left, and he's going to fall. That round went all FM's way at the end there. 5-2. As Team Infused, if they double their score, they'll probably be happy. 5 is maybe their aim here on this T side.
So 3 Tech-9s, 2 P250s coming out for Team Infused. And around like this, they've not really got many smokes. It actually surprised me that they're going to head towards outside, because I'm pretty sure Weber's not going to give them control of Secret, or Willie. Not managing to deal too much damage, only onto Aaron. However, FM-esports, they know exactly what's going to come. They're going to rotate a few men down to the lower bomb site. And in comes Critical. But they've slowed it down of Team Infused, particularly after picking up that AK-47. And I really think Aaron should probably drop it to another player with a bit more HP, otherwise that happens and you lose it.
And that's more sloppiness there coming out from Nilzinho, losing another primary weapon on the side of FM. We're now 5 versus 2. Windansky's all by himself up on this A bomb site. As we see, these guys are going to lose one of their members in Red Snake. They have picked up 2 other weapons. And Critical's going to come around, gets the frag onto Windansky. This should follow with the bomb plant from Zed, as Socken is the last man standing. He'll get taken down. And Infused get their 3rd round on the board. FM-esports, their economy's broke. They can't buy. This is a chance for Infused to get on the board and get some momentum going. Because right now, they've only won 1 round at a time.
Yeah, they could even make it 5-5 if they win the round after the next one. Obviously, providing they don't get ecoed the same way they ecoed their opponents in the last round.
If FM were to lose this round, they'll grab themselves 1.9k, which will be around 3.8k average for their team, which again isn't exactly enough to get a buy unless you force it seriously. Yeah. So we could see a double eco come out from FM-esports, especially if Infused get these frags so quickly and don't lose any of their members either.
So Hood's the man charging down towards the lower bomb site. He's very low on only 19 hit points, but that Molotov ran it right on Socken. Socken deciding he wanted to end his life early instead of burning and suffering the pain. But as far as the scoreboard's concerned here, Zed with 10 frags. Nice to see him step it up. And Windansky on top of the scoreboard for FM-esports. Can't exactly say I'm surprised, Hoss.
No, certainly not. They are going to force this one. And I feel like on the CT side, especially on Nuke, you don't really need to smoke some flashes as much as, say, CT Inferno. Because the map naturally plays to your advantages, your strengths, your passiveness, you don't really need to delay the T's approach. You can just play off the map strengths themselves. And straight away we see Windansky getting 2. It's really the T side that rely on these smokes, and they could have been used there to stop Windansky getting those 2 easy frags, and Infused could have got down into Secret.
I actually find that on the CT side of Nuke, defensive smokes and Molotovs are a much more significant factor as opposed to flashes. The flashes are mainly utilised when it comes to retaking either the upper or lower bomb site, particularly the upper bomb site. But hey, if you can use the smokes and Molotovs not to lose the bomb sites in the first place, then yeah, it definitely is a map where, like you said, the position works to your advantage and you don't really need to use much flashes as a CT. But anyways, the force buy came in from FM-esports. They decided to go for Famases, and now they've just thrown a few away, picked up AKs as well off the opponents, so we're probably, after that win, going to see some M4s be put on the table. So 6-4, Team Infused, they're on the cheaper side, hence why they can, again, afford to buy despite losing that last round, but I guarantee you, the second FM lose round, they'll find themselves back on pistols only.
Yep, as HUDG with this AWP. Wintansky with the M4 in hand, just checking what's going on this A-bomb site. Red Snake trying to get outside here.
A light just exploded in the studio.
Yeah, we're lucky we're alive.
Yeah, rest in peace.
It was scary.
I think we should have a moment of silence for the light.
The light bulb. Yeah. Wait, does this mean we don't look as pretty when we're on camera?
I look terrible on camera regardless, so... Slow and steady wins the race, according to Team Infused, and to be fully honest with you guys, they've not done too badly so far. On a map where FM, to be honest, looked great against United Estonia early on. Windansky with one critical, quick to return the frag. He's already expecting Soccer to be rotating through Secret. Great play from Critical. Weber falls to his death as well. And now Neil Zeno all by himself to try and save the day. Critical was very low on HP. If Neil can drop Critical, it will be a 1v1 between him and HUDG. Neil knows exactly where Critical is, and surely he's not going to clutch HUD's on fire to get that frag. He's picked up an AK, an AWP as well. And there it is, the magical number 5 rounds for Team Infused. And FM, fine margins, but they lost that round. The pistols have come out. We could even see Team Infused with 6.
Yeah, and earlier on, FM against UE, was it a case of FM looking good or UE looking bad? I think it was probably a mix of the two, but FM really needs to step up their game on this CT side. They're going to be tied with Team Infused right now, and Infused looking like they could run away with this.
Critical dealing the damage and getting the kill onto the Irishman. Neil now knows he's got to go aggressive. He's got to try and pick up an AK and return some frags. Does so well. Critical falls. And well. If someone could perhaps join Neil, fall back towards ramp room and pick up one of those AK-47s, it might be happy days, but Neil didn't even try and retrieve one because he's worried that there might be players in lobby.
Yep, only now is he pushing.
He's just there on the table teasing him.
Yeah. Like, come pick me up. Socken spots one of the T's, and that allows Neil Zeno to push, grab that AK, and a smoke grenade, which he's going to throw towards CT. Weber playing very passive. You can hear footsteps somewhere on this map. Red Snake's on this A site. They're going to get the plant down here covering main. And do the CTs think this is on the lower bomb site? Weber went down there for some reason when he was already in heaven.
Team Infused going for it. The only spark of hope really for FM is Neil Zeno and his AK-47, and we can see him there on the bottom right. He's just running away. And they've done it, Hoss. Team Infused have reached the promised land of over 5 rounds on Nuke.
It makes their job a lot easier after these initial 15 rounds are up. And they can still get 9-6 as well. Because look at FM again here. They're going to have to force this. We have another FAMAS coming out. We don't have many grenades. And right now, Infused could just run away with this. Imagine they get 9 rounds here, win their CT pistol. That puts them on 12, and then natural nuke mechanics come in. Unless their CT side is pretty terrible.
HUD's trying to scout out any CTs. I think Windansky. Oh, that was so close from Windansky, and I think he may have even tagged Red Snake down to 17 health. And I don't think Windansky has any idea that just happened. Aaron comes in with the headshot. And now Hoods G with this AWP. He's got to be careful now. Stay at ramp room, keep his distance, and zoom in on the vents like he does best. That was great play. And if the T's here can get one more frag on these CTs, I think they might be in great stead to protect this bomb. But Weber and Socken say no. The bomb is planted for Hoods G. He's really got to go big here, but he missed that crucial shot.
But look at where this last Infused player is. They hear the defuse come in. Oh, does he have a kit? He does.
So unlucky.
Just in time. Down to 20 HP.
But again, Team Infused showing that they are a force to be reckoned with on this map. And I'm not going to lie, the last time I saw Team Infused play Nuke,
Epic Lamb.
They look terrible on it.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to jump to any conclusions, mainly because of A, how late it is, and B, because of the amount of turmoil amongst the lineups. Yeah. So
I mean, that last time we did see Infused play Nuke was against FM, and it had Weber and Cryptics in that lineup as well.
Your gut feeling tells you to just assume, oh well, they haven't been that far apart for too long, and it's the same players, so we should assume it's the same thing. But in reality, it just almost seems like it's very different.
And you got to question as well how many hours they've put in the past few weeks, how much time they've spent looking for these replacements compared to actually trialing. These guys' heads, they're going to be dropped based on, or in light of recent events. And it's just about who gets their head up a little bit quicker and realizes, right, we've still got the EPS to play for, the ESL UK Premiership. Let's get this practice in, let's get these strats going, let's go for it. And it looks like Infused have done that.
Down towards the lower bomb site they go. Weber gets a frag, but look at this. Zed creeping behind, and the T's have no clue. Zed surely now will drop into the vents, and he's going to get right behind Windansky and Cryptics, or maybe not. His timing is ever so slightly off, and Zed, he had the opportunity. You're correct, Hoss. He was the man, and he was almost like he was trying to find the right balance between not making too much noise and also timing it correctly. And unfortunately, just did not go his way there. But 6 rounds for Team Infused is still good.
Oh yeah, certainly so. And we know how strong Tech9s can be, so they could definitely get a 7th here.
It's almost like they're in a position where Zed could afford to make that mistake.
Yeah. I mean, Zed's been that lurker all night, that flanker, when it hasn't been Hoods G with Yorp, and he's done a great job with it. And I think we can let him off this one time, as you said, just timing slightly behind. Windansky, of course, opens things up this time around with that AWP outside. Dropping Critical, who didn't have a good gun. He only had the Tech9. Red Snake, however, did have a Galil. And that one fell as it's just Zed left. There it is. So that is the first half of this DE Nuke game over. Done with. Infused on 6 rounds. They'll be happy with that. FM didn't look too great early on. They pulled it back. And now comes the uphill struggle of this T side. If FM win their pistol round, they're in a great position, though.
Definitely. And do you think they can do it? It's
Maybe.
tough, but didn't we see them win their T-pistol against United Estonia? I'm trying to remember what they did. I think we saw them rush ramp room, and they could change it round in case they're worried that Team Infused may have been watching their previous game against United Estonia. Obviously, we know they definitely weren't because they were playing GLG, unless one of them happened to have a second monitor. It was taking note of every single approach that FM took, but let's wait and see what happens. If Red Snake can drop Weber here so early on, it's such a crucial player down for FM, and it's happened, and towards ramp room they come.
Certainly there's a counter flash there, though, which allows Aaron to get a few shots off. Windansky so very low. In fact, they're going to challenge Aaron here. Nilzinho goes down. He gets some shots off onto Socken as well. That P2000 only has a few bullets in it. Socken coming out on top in that duel, but look at Windansky. He's rotating back as Red Snake's forced away outside. Does spot one player out. Windansky still yet to fall on 8 HP here. Gonna reposition, spots Red Snake. But Red Snake only needs one shot. There it is. Onto the FM star. And now it's 4 versus 2.
If Windansky had gone that frag onto Red Snake outside, it would have allowed him to
push up and support his team a little bit better.
Yeah, he could have gone towards main and surrounded the CTs on the bomb site. And not just that, I mean mentally as well, it would have made the CTs panic, knowing that there's someone outside. They would have had to worry about more angles naturally, which would have made the life easier for, I think it was Weber and Cryptics who are trying to push through lobby towards the main part of the bomb site. So, as we said, FM won their T half against United Estonia, or T-Pistol, sorry. And they failed to do it this time round. So, providing we see no Rec 9 upset, we should see the game at 9-9. And it really will be all to play for, and you can't help but favour Infused on the CT side.
Yeah, exactly right. We want to see these Tech9s rush in there, though. Critical gets one, Red Snake gets one, HUDG gets one. FM return 2 of the frags to those. It's just Socken and Cryptics left. Make that just Socken. Tech9 in hand. You've got to think this UMP can certainly do the job, but fm-esports, they've done the damage here. They've forced 3 rebuys.
Precisely, and Team Infused now, knowing that their opponents did not manage to plant the bomb, might not even heavily invest into this round, but no, they've gone for 2 FAMASs, 2 submachine guns and a FAMAS, so they want to make sure that they don't give a round away at all costs. But I'm not liking the look of Critical with the M4 and no armor. He's got to be careful. Fortunately though, 4 out of these 5 Ts are just on a Glock.
Yeah, I'm surprised we maybe haven't seen Critical drop that M4 and switch things up, but hey, he gets one. I can't even speak that quick.
Yeah, they just ran into the crosshair of Red Snake. It's bog standard stuff. And this is where the real fight begins. This is when it becomes men against men. Both teams have lots of weapons, lots of firepower to work with. Let's see what they can do. Weber, very unlike him. Obviously, we don't want to conclude things based off the scoreboard, but
he's been down there all night, to be fair.
Shots fired.
No, not even. Like, Weber's never really that top fragger on his team. He is usually in the bottom half. He's usually a guy that's happy to hold a site by himself. Maybe get 1 or 2 frags here, but definitely been disappointing on this nuke. 6 frags so far out of 18 rounds passed.
I thought he actually did really well against United Estonia, both him and Neil Zinho outside. A lot of the time Neil Zinho would be the player who would rotate back towards lobby and help the rest of his teammates, and Weber would just be that utility player who would stay on top of yellow, which is now white, or silo,
silo,
as people call it. And he would always provide the great flanks, or sometimes sneak into secret and go down towards that lower bomb site and get the CTs from behind. And they're probably going to be looking to do the same thing here again. You know, we've got 3 players trying to infiltrate ramp room. Zed, however, has other ideas. Zed gets 1, but 1's not going to be enough. HUDG now needs to decide whether he's going to go for this or whether he's going to play more passive. Weber holding the corner, nails Red Snake, and Weber by himself. This is all I was talking about. Might be able to turn things around, and there it is. Weber and Socken explode. Bomb to be planted. But Socken and Windansky are very low on HP, and Critical is in a great position to capitalize. And Hoss is 1v1, and I'm not sure if Critical spotted Weber. Oh, it's not a fake.
Pro's never fake,
and Weber's lost it. He's lost it. And the round will go to Team Infused regardless of that frag. And that round could be huge for the CT's economy.
Pros never fake. Stick it. Just hold on to that E button, that defuse button. It gets the job done. As Infused now get their 4th round of this half. And if they win this one, it puts FM in a really dangerous spot. Apart from Weber, who of course saved his gun. But it does put them in a tough decision. Do they force it up? Or do they eco one to try and get a good amount of nades? You really do need these smoke splashes and mollies on this T side of Nuke. You really do. Force these CTs out, give yourself that bit of an advantage that the map doesn't allow you to have.
So many hiding corners for the CTs, and it really doesn't help when you hand over ramp control to your teammates. Thing is, handing over ramp control is one thing. You've got to make sure you've got someone on this lower bomb site ready to take them on, ready to slow them down, to allow the rotation to come in. And well, Socken getting caught out there. Aaron is going to buy even more time for himself and the rest of his teammates, but Team Infused have a rough inkling with regards to where FM might be heading. But they have fallen back from ramp room now, which means they're probably going to be going towards the upper bomb site, and Critical going a little bit too aggressive here actually might work wonders for him. He got so much information with that kill.
Yep, as Cryptic's now going to fall after he gets his frag there. Windansky picks up the bomb, looking to get a plant here. It's Windansky, the mad fragger, and Weber, the in-game leader for FM Esports. They're going to start things off by smoking out main. Numbers are against them. Red Snake just making noise, being a pure distraction. Hudgy spots Weber. Does also spot where Windansky is. Nice move there from Aaron coming out. Weber fell as well. That's going to be the defuse coming in for Team Infused. And now, economy-wise for FM, luckily for them, their round loss bonus is at its maximum now. 3.4k for this round loss. Means that they can, of course, keep on buying up and try and keep themselves in this one.
Is it going to happen against all the odds? Team Infused to genuinely finish top of Group B after everything they've been through.
I mean, if you looked at this group, you would have thought, like after recent events, probably Infused as maybe second or third coming out of this one. Potentially even fourth, depending on how GLG and UE were to play, but you certainly wouldn't have had them as first.
My prediction is always going to be FM first, Team Infused second, UE third, and
GLG fourth.
GLG fourth, yeah. But for Team Infused to finish first really is something, especially after how strong FM looked against United Esports, United Estonia.
I mean, my personal prediction was FM first, UE second. I discounted Infused straight away.
Let's just say my gut feeling told me UE weren't going to go to LAN. Honestly, it's not personal, but it's just not financially viable.
Yeah. As Hudgy is going to pick up two there, does then get taken down by Weber. Last man standing. Has to pick up the bomb, throws the smoke, so he's going to creep in here. Picks up that little C4. As it's just Weber, 10 seconds left. Going to be saving this one, not making a play for a site, just making sure he's able to save the AK.
Yeah, Weber on top of that AK still has quite a bit of money. He's got 3.6. The rest of his teammates will be able to buy up AK-47s as well. Some will probably have to resort to Galils, but they can still amount a buy. And even if they win this round, Team Infused will probably mount a buy. But this is what FM Esports need to do now. They need to damage the economy of Team Infused. They need to put their foot on the gas. They basically, in my opinion, I think they need to win this round. I really do. If they're going to stop, if they're going to prevent Team Infused on this very much more favoured CT side running away with it. And it's very, very difficult when you're on the T side of Nuke to say, guys, we've got to win this round. We've got no room for error. Because it's so much easier said than done on this map.
Yeah, you really have to force your way into one of these sites or commit a lot of your resources just to enabling yourself to get anywhere near a site.
Let alone plant the bomb and actually have enough men alive to hold the after plant.
And then enough resources to hold the after plant as well. Hudgy and Red Snake get 2 frags, whittling down this FM Esports side. Red Snake gonna get a second one there onto Windansky. This is now just Cryptics and Nilzinho left. Team Infused are gonna lose one of their members, but still, they are only 4 rounds away from victory here. Cryptics, last man standing, gonna get taken down. That's now 3 rounds away, 13-9.
And now FM, of course, they know they've got to try and apply this pressure onto Infused. But again, they didn't actually cause too many deaths on Team Infused in the last round. They've got to do this damage. And in order to do that damage, they've got to win a round.
Yeah.
And in order to win rounds, you've either got to kill all your opponents or plant the bomb. And at the moment, fm-esports can't get onto a bomb site. They keep going outside and they keep struggling with Red Snake, but fortunately, Weber has gotten the frag onto him. Hoods G, he's quick there to ensure that despite Red Snake's death, he's always there as a secondary player to make sure that the T's can't get secret control. Because as soon as the T's are into secret, that's essentially a gateway down to that lower bomb site. And it's really something at times, especially when a game is as tight as this, you can't afford.
Yeah, speaking of quick win, Dansky there got the return onto Hudge G. Critical though finds one onto Socken. He's going to fall back away from this one for now. As fm-esports, the remaining two players have made their way towards secret and down the stairs themselves. Nothing will be there for them just yet. You can hear Windansky scoping in.
They're leaving this late. I don't like the look of this.
17 seconds. Is there any T? Is there any CT on this bomb site?
There's someone in top
That's
6.
in vents. Oh,
the round
wow.
is lost. The round is lost, and fm-esports, to add insult to injury, they're going to pick up that AWP.
No, they're not.
No,
they don't want it.
They don't want it. Well, they've played with an all-rifle setup so far, and it's worked wonders for them. FM, of course, they keep losing. They're on the cheaper side. They will continue to buy up, but I don't know. I'd like to see an upper bomb site set piece executed from fm-esports. Stick someone on T roof, have someone like Neil Zeno fake outside using the smokes just to keep the CTs guessing a little bit, and then flash in to that upper bomb site off the skybox, because especially in this case here where Team Infused are playing 2 on ramp room, it could actually overpower Aaron, who's on top of the other upper bomb site all by himself. So apologies about that.
You should always disable your window keys your Windows key when you're in game. Rookie error.
And yeah, if they had flashed in towards the upper bomb site, they might have been able to mount a push in there. But the problem is, I'm not actually quite sure now. Looking at FM, there very well may be a hint of UE being completely lost on this map, particularly when they were pushing ramp room earlier on, because FM, you can really see the lack of preparation starting to show now. Or maybe they're just genuinely knackered and can't think straight.
Yeah, they aren't really doing anything too elaborate here. Trying to get down into secret has been their aim most of this. We haven't even seen some wraparounds outside like we're seeing from Nils now, but
this is more like it.
Even as a one-man army, this isn't the greatest thing. Could catch out Red Snake here. Spots, yep. There it is. Red Snake does fall, but Zed has eyes. And there it is onto Nilzinho. A bit sloppy. Gets the frag onto Socken as well. Critical falls elsewhere, but it's now just down to Cryptic, who's going to try and get the bomb down, but Hudge G coming round. Easy peasy.
And Team Infused, who expected this?
Not me.
15-9 the score. One more round is all they need to book themselves a place at MCM. fm-esports, well, we've got 3 AKs, a Galil, and a Scout for Weber. So we're probably going to see the player with the Scout try and jump around outside and see if he can get an entry, which is what's occurring. But he needs to register one of these shots onto Red Snake, and register a shot he will. Spots another CT, Windansky with one, Socken with another, and hopefully this is the sign of a comeback for fm-esports.
I say this once a day when we cast together, and I haven't said it yet. Is it too soon to call overtime?
I think it is.
Yeah. I had to get it in here. We're running out of time. We are still 3 versus 2, though. Numbers are in fm-esports' favour. They are going to get another frag there. Onto Hudge G, critical last man standing. Not for much longer, as FM hit double figures now. But right now, for FM, it's the story of go hard or go home to the lower bracket.
See, the issue here is, even though Infused had won so many, look at how low they are on money, right?
Yeah.
They lose this one.
The eco.
Exactly, and it will put FM most likely around the 12-13 mark, depending on whether Team Infused decide to save it for an AWP. So the ball's in the court of FM here, Hoss. If they want this, they've got to earn it. So let's see if they can do it.
As we wait for FM to make a move.
They know how aggressive some of the Team Infused players went in the last round. They're just waiting around, see if any of them make those same mistakes. But
it looks like it's going to be a move towards ramp from here. Critical finds one, can't spray for the second. Cryptix gets the return, but Hudg ready and waiting to receive this push towards this low bomb site. Spotted one player drop down here. Little does he know there's two players to contend with, but he can't even deal with one. That's Nilzinho grabbing that frag. And we're now 4 versus 3. FM have the lead in players. We could see them move up towards this A bomb site, but Red Snake is in heaven.
I like this. FM not rushing things too much, not making things too obvious, slowing things down. They're playing mind games with their opponents here, and they are forcing players like Aaron to stay on the upper bomb site, but they've seen so many Ts heading down towards the lower bomb site that it is trouble, but the bomb has been dropped. Cryptix has to pick it up at all costs and try to plant it, which he will. But Aaron, is he going to go unnoticed here towards the right? He doesn't go unnoticed, but he is going to make himself heard. Gets the frag. And now 2 versus 1. It's Aaron now to prevent his team having to eco to try and save the day. Cryptix is incredibly low on HP. He spotted Windansky. He had one more to deal with, but Cryptix on point. 15-11. Eco time for Infused. And FM somehow lived to fight another day.
Yeah, so if Infused lose this one, they get 2.4k, which puts them within buy range. Not great buy range, but enough to get maybe a FAMAS with nades or an M4. They may want to go for a double eco and give FM that 15-13. But then that gets very, very scary.
I'd like to think that Red Snake is the in-game leader, has the balls to go for it. Believe in Red Snake. Windansky versus Zed at ramp. He knows, he can see the blood on the wall. He knows he's dealt a lot of damage onto that guy. And in situations like that, it's not uncommon to see the rifles just trying to move forwards and build on the frag. And wow, that could be huge actually. Weber, that's very, very unlike him. Normally, he pulls them shots off in his sleep, but Windansky and Cryptix coming in, fortunately, to make amends. And yeah, Windansky is going to indeed prevent Red Snake from saving the AK. And it's going to be a simple one for the Team Infused players. But wow, Zed pushed through the vents. It's 1 versus 1. And my heart is beating after that. And can you imagine how FM-esports probably feel after that?
I think Cryptix just summed that one up. As Infused are going to force this buyout. We're actually seeing this AWP come out from Hudg as well. So where is he going? Of course, he's going to go outside. He's going to have one player to deal with. Misses the shot, unlike him. Going to fall back towards spawn. He hasn't actually received anything yet. The smokes go out. He's just pre-aiming for where Nils is about to run. Fires a shot off. That does get missed though. Nilzinho walking down into secret. Weber still outside lurking. Playing it very safe, very cautious.
We've got Zed and Hudg at ramp room. Critical and Aaron on top of the bomb site. And like you said, Red Snake, very, very passive. Unlike what we've seen from him before. And the problem with him playing this passive is that it has allowed Nilzinho to go all the way down secret and get that frag. Windansky's got to be careful. Spots ahead of Hudg. And it looks like FM Toxic might do it again. Windansky with yet another. And now it's all up to Zed and Red Snake to decide how they want this round to go. They flex their muscles, they pull these shots off, they may very well win this best of 3. They failed to do that. They very well may be going to overtime.
Gonna send a flashbang out, followed by another one. Zed, they're gonna push in from the same angle here, and they both look in the same direction.
No one checked that corner.
Is it too soon to call overtime now?
My prediction is 120 rounds for this overtime. We're going to be up till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it's already 1:45, so I mean 120 rounds is equivalent to another 3 maps.
So 3 o'clock in the morning, I call work, tell them I'm sick. What were you doing last night? Oh, I casted 120 rounds of Counter-Strike.
Why don't we just get the other 2 teams on now? Just go all out.
An all-nighter.
Yeah, let's go, boys.
So it's
What,
most likely
yeah,
going to be 15-14 now.
based on this eco, we're going to see either Infused win 16-14 or overtime.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too soon to call overtime. At 15-9.
Ah, you were too soon. Infused are going to win this eco round.
Are they now?
Yeah.
I hear they do this in their dreams.
I've got faith in Zed. Everyone used to say that Zed was the best young talent in UK CS until Cryptics came along. So come on, Zed. Prove everyone wrong. He's in a great position, actually, with that CZ75. The second Neil comes past the wall, he might be able to get him, but no, Neil read him like an open book. The smokes are down. This is going to be incredibly tough for Infused.
Well.
Windansky in the corner. He has given away his AK-47. And let's see whether Infused can do it. Bomb planted. It's all down to Hoods. And ladies and gents, this is the round it comes down to. Round number 30. Team Infused. They've gone for it. Hoods G outside with his AWP. The rest of the guys with M4A1Ss. They've got mollies, they've got smokes. They're going into this firefight ready to battle. Meanwhile, fm-esports, they don't need a sniper. They're more than happy to play with just Kalashnikovs. And Hoss, are we going to overtime? Or
yes.
are Team Infused going to let me go to bed?
Oh, well, you see, the funny thing is that you're good friends with Hudgy, aren't you?
Yeah,
and
somewhat.
he knows you have work.
So you're trying to say he's doing this on purpose?
Yeah.
He was actually spamming me on Skype all day at work today, and now he does this.
He wants you to not be productive, wants to get you fired.
You know what? This is the end of the
this
game.
Is it. Go TV.
This is it. Come on, Infused. Hoods G. Go TV gives it away. And what a shame. Honestly, what a shame. I would have loved it if this had gone to overtime. Or maybe it has gone to overtime and they've restarted the server.
Trolling.
Go TV is trolling. FM.
See, we have a new way of doing overtime. It's MR15.
Okay.
Yeah. You just restart the server and we go from there. But Nilzinho is the first man to fall here. I think this is the most excited we've been in the past hour.
FM a man down, and this is Team Infused's chance to top Group B, the group of death called by many. When you consider what Infused have been through recently, this will be massive for them. Hoods G with his second. Weber is not going to go down without a fight. It's 3 versus 2. They're trying to plant on this upper bomb site. The man trying to plant is Windansky, and Windansky hits the floor. Team Infused 16-14 on a map that FM looked untouchable on earlier on up against United Estonia.